Today is March 6th, and we are answering your questions. There were 7 good questions, 2 awful ones. Let's talk Yanks. That was a fib or a guess?
Talking Yanks with old John Boy Jake.
Not a fib.
Weekly awards, stat lines, theme and hot takes. Get your
It was a guess.
Yeah. I don't think you lied.
Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy.
I was sitting here last week. Jeff.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy. John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. We are here at the Owner's Suite Studios at the Warehouse BBD behind the dish. And spring training rolls on. No injury updates since the last step. I don't think. No real news since the last step. So we said, you guys hit us with your best shot. What do you got? Jake, are you excited to hear from the people?
Jim, Davis, SeatGeek. Hope everyone's doing well. SeatGeek doesn't come in a jar. SeatGeek comes from who you are. I'm doing bad. I had another atrocious Uber ride. 45 minutes turned into an hour and a half with the gentleman. It was kind of bad. He blew the turn to get to the warehouse, and then he just turned off the Uber directions, like he ended the ride. So for a little bit, I wouldn't say I was kidnapped.
But second time of your life.
I wasn't in control of the situation at all. So yeah, I don't know if I'm running hot or like kind of like a little crinkle in my eye. I don't know. Whatever the people asked today, I think I'm going to be shooting from the hip.
Wow.
Yeah.
All we ask is that you're honest.
I'll try.
There's been a lot of lying.
I'd like one good lie today.
That's fine.
Okay.
That can happen. Approved. I'm going to Disney World tonight.
Woo!
So, how about that?
That'll be nice.
It'll be nice. It'll be a hectic day.
Baby James will like it.
I got here at 5:30 again because I had to get video done early. So I've been going.
Good.
Things You Missed. It's a great app. I cried during one of them. So check
Wow.
out Things You Missed.
And
Early in the morning, if you give me like an emotional sports story,
right.
you give that to me at 1, I'm not going to get watery-eyed. You give that to me at 6 a.m., I'm going to get a little misty.
Early or late.
Yeah. All right, so SeatGeek Yanks 2025 is the code. Gets you 10% off any tickets. We're brought to you by SeatGeek, where you can use code Yanks 2025, use the app and all that good stuff. So we didn't do voicemails. We just did questions for the voiceless. This is if the voiceless people also can ask questions. We get a lot of complaints. I'd love to ask questions, but I don't have a voice, and you only do voicemails. So this one's for them.
For the people.
All right.
What do we got?
First question is from AFC01_.
Okay.
He said, Joel Sherman mentioned the Yankees are looking for a right-handed bat that can play either third or corner outfield. Is that recently? Out of all the realistic options, who would be most excited to see the Yanks bring into that role? Is that recently?
That was a thing on the streets this week. I don't know in what context he said it, or if that was at an article, was that an offhand comment in like his podcast, but
check it out.
He said those words, and people have been wondering.
Makes sense because they're like light in the outfield. If like Dominguez looks rough and Trent is a lefty bat, and then with DJ gone, they're kind of like light on just to get cushion there. I don't think they're thinking about a game changer. So out of the options.
Well, we also felt this a little bit last year. Like, remember when we brought in J.D. Davis? Like, we were looking for like a right-handed bench bat, or again, the second half of our lineup during the World Series run wasn't anything.
Yeah.
And it actually became lefty, and now the lineup is kind of lefty, and no Stanton is significant. We talked about Pereira internally, that we'd love if. I think. He was one of the only guys that has a chance this spring training to pop or have a heel moment. But yeah, I mean, I kind of laughed. Like, there's not a ton of third base left fielders. I know Beebs put on the sheet here Matt Vierling from the Tigers, but I think he's one of their like best players, and they love him.
And hurt right now.
And hurt, so that doesn't look good. And then Willie Castro, who Yankee fans have rumored, but I don't think the Twins. I know they want to get off money, but Willie Castro doesn't make real money.
I gotta stop hearing about guys that aren't mentioned, like trade pieces that haven't been mentioned in trade talk elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the Padres were selling guys, and
Right.
it made sense that they might move Arise.
Right.
But I keep seeing these list of options, and they're just naming other teams' players
Right.
that haven't been on the market. I'm
Yeah,
like, guys, stop this.
Yankee stuff.
Yeah. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, Arenado, we know they're looking to move him in some way, so all that talk was good, but, you know.
And I guess maybe that's again, it's Yankees off season. That shoot your shot a little bit, but you know we live in this pretty good. Like there was a ton of Nolan Arenado hype because Nolan Arenado was actually on the trade block, but the Yankees don't want him. And I don't think that's going to change from everything we heard at Yankee spring training. And I guess I guess this is good news and bad news that. Who'd you say sent this in? AFC 69?
AFC blah, 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 blah. 0-1.
We heard some rumblings that the Yankees are, again, it's kind of what we said before. Like, they're not swooning over Dominguez yet, and I don't know if that's just the Yankees being like, you got to earn your keep, which I don't hate. Like, I kind of push that agenda on here. But I think they also think they're short of bat right now, which I've been saying. So I don't know. There's not a ton of options out there, even going back to early offseason. Like, was Yandy Diaz on the block? Because that's how the Rays operate. Yes, but he doesn't really play third base anymore. Like, teams are kind of set.
Yeah.
You know?
So it looks like Willie Castro, the guy who covers them for The Athletic, Dan Hayes, said there's a lot of guys about to hit arbitration. It's going to get expensive. And he chose Castro as a likely target that they will move if they're moving people.
So, yeah, he's had some smoke, switch hitter, versatile.
That's not that much smoke.
No, but I guess the Twins had real trade rumor smoke because their financials are messed up from their TV deal. So,
yes, but there hasn't been any other reports of like
him specifically. Not necessarily as much, but in general, like everyone thought all offseason, Twins are going to make some trade to get off money, and they could use Castro to get off even more money if they wanted to, if somebody values that or whatever. And they haven't done any. They haven't done anything.
Yeah, so it's like projected smoke.
Yeah, I mean, if the Twins are really looking to make a dent, it's something crazy. Like a lot of Yankees fans kind of made up a Correa rumor. We even did that, but
We did?
I don't think the Yankees are going to feed into that. That I don't know. I think it would be something crazier like a Byron Buxton, which these guys aren't getting traded. So, no, I think the Yankees are, I don't want to say down the creek without a paddle because the Yankees are still good, but I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of teams with an extra right-handed good hitter.
No.
Guys that you would like get excited about the Yankees acquiring.
No, when you're
Are-
talking
are
about,
not
and
really
then
available
when you're talking about free agents, you're talking about, I mean, it's a very, very short list.
It would be like JD Martinez to DH.
Verdugo, corner outfielder, but he's not a righty bat.
Lefty.
So let's see. Bats, Robbie Grossman, Whit Merrifield, Matt Duffy, Miguel Sano, Nick Senzel, Aledmus Diaz, and Adam Duvall are the righty free agents out there right now.
I'll tell you what. Whit Merrifield or Adam Duvall for half a season?
Both 36 years old.
Whit Merrifield, slappy bat, has started to move around the field. Adam Duvall would be outfielder, but is a nice safety net for Verdugo.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think I'm just trying to let people know when they hear those Joel Sherman comments, like you're not talking about game-changing players.
No.
You're just talking about more of the same so they have more.
Another candidate.
Yes. All right.
I kind of like those names.
Tell them.
I mean, okay, Stanton's on the IL. What's our current bench? Backup catcher, Alex Jackson, maybe.
Grisham,
Grisham.
Peraza.
One of the Oswalds.
and Peraza.
Okay, so we have an open spot. Like Pereira.
DJ's not starting the season, yeah. Well, yeah.
DJ's on the IL.
Ben Rice, if they want him to pinch hit.
Rice and or Dom Smith.
I have one of
those
them
two.
on. Yeah.
Dom Smith is on.
I think
we
so.
had him
I
in the
think
DH spot.
Yeah, I think I had him on.
So, okay, so we're talking about the last current bench spot would be people with options. Pereira, Ben Rice, someone like that. Yeah, I could see the Yankees giving one of those vets a look. They could also not, man. They're pretty good. They could roll the ball out there for 2 months, and then if things get dire, then teams are actually looking to sell or trade, and that's where you could get someone.
yeah.
Whoa! Today's episode is sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. Hello! 5 Hour Energy shots help you feel alert and energized. Each shot is packed with vitamins, nutrients, as much caffeine as the leading premium coffee. Regular strength shot, 8-ounce cup of coffee. Extra strength shot, 12 ounces of coffee. 5 Hour Energy, little inside me and John, goes way back. I remember when these things started in college. They became a part of our lifestyle. Energy was happening. Jeff Passan. 5 Hour Energy shots are portable, convenient, and they go with you for that feeling of energy whenever and wherever you need it. So, we're springing forward soon. Grab a 5 Hour Energy to help you get through it. Grab the Hawaiian Breeze or Tropical Burst at 5hourenergy.com.
All right. Next voicemail says, this is from Kush Cobain 187.
I see what they did.
With Will
I'm hip.
Warren looking sharp through spring training so far, is there any consideration of throwing him into the rotation until he returns, or does that spot belong to Stroman? I would say that spot strongly belongs to Stroman. 5 or 7 innings of spring training. We'll see at the end of spring. More injuries might occur, but Will Warren's look great. You can't go ahead and say that's not enough at this point, in my opinion.
No, it's nice, and he's next, which is a great spot to be in for Will Warren. I'm trying to think, was it 2 years ago the Yankees came in with their 7th or 8th starter in the rotation?
Well, that was
that a
when
Domingo
Randy and Heel both were in the rotation,
Right.
right? Or Brito and Randy.
Brito and Randy.
Was that out of camp, or was that?
Yes, that was out of camp.
out of camp.
Clark was the day 2 starter,
Right.
right? It was Nestor
Yeah.
Clark.
It was like a
believe
very
so.
end of spring injury for whoever it was, and Brito started
Or
game
not.
3 of the year.
Cole had to be. Did Cole miss the start?
I'm blanking, but that's I guess the point is you're getting on it. Will Warren's a part of the team, but just he might.
You'll see him this year.
You should hope he's not on opening day, because that means someone else got hurt. But yeah, I mean, salaries, everything in play here. Stroman was good the first half of last year.
2023, so only 2 seasons ago, which
Yeah.
seems crazy. Cole, opening day starter, then Schmidt, then Brito, then Nestor, then Herman.
Oh, was that WBC? So Nestor's hamstring was a thing, so he couldn't start.
slow.
Yeah,
So that was but that's crazy.
yeah.
Brito?
Brito.
Johnny Brito started game 3?
Yep.
I think he was good that day.
It's a nice changeup.
Against the San Francisco Giants. Yanks won 6-0.
Ha!
Brito went 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts.
Not bad.
Brito, Cordero, Marinaccio, Brewer.
Wow.
The future.
Brewer's back.
Future on display.
Baseball doesn't exist. That's a perfect example.
Could be. I wanted to show you, I don't know if you saw Will Warren's outing 2 days ago.
Will Warren.
Spring training footage is in the worst quality
Right.
footage
Yeah.
these days. It's kind of crazy. But this is a second to last batter
Okay.
against our dear
Trey
friend Trey
Turner.
Turner. Maybe Trey's just tracking pitches. Who knows? But he opened him up with that, I don't know what he's calling that, cutter slider strike. And then off of that goes 2 seam. And those probably overlay nicely. And then goes back and just moving every which way from the same slot. Kind of looks like Trey's just tracking balls.
Yeah,
there.
weird at bat by Trey. Weird game by the Phillies.
Every game has been odd. All the spring games haven't had a sense of
Right.
this hitter is trying to have an approach yet.
Because I think Trey puts a swing on either of those first two pitches, and I think we're like, oh, can't put it there to Trey Turner.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I haven't watched a game yet and thought the studs are trying yet.
like this is a competitive baseball game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've echoed that.
Only the players that are trying to earn their spot. Like
Yeah.
Will Warren is trying, but
I'd say the only challenge for like the game we were at, Cole was like felt like he was pitching.
I don't know the stats and I didn't see behind. I thought he was throwing more change-ups than like he would have, but I'm not positive. So,
And the other part of answering the question that was asked here, like Will Warren just has options, so
Yeah.
guys who can't be stashed in the minors to start the year.
Expect to see him. I
he'll
thought
be,
that
he'll be on the team at some point.
I thought the question was leading into like, should the Yankees trade Will Warren? It's like, no, I think we're gonna need him a lot.
well, I also think that we might have be wrong. If there's another injury, I think Carrasco would get the spot
Right.
to
Yeah.
keep him on the roster.
Yeah. Just because again, with the options Will Warren has, the Yankees would lose Carrasco potentially as a veteran out of spring training. So yeah. And I mean Carrasco, dude.
Vintage.
Vintage right now.
Yeah.
Has he pitched?
Okay, so wanna
He hasn't
hear?
pitched in a game, right?
Am I a
I
scout?
haven't personally
He
seen
hasn't
him.
pitched in a game.
Am I a professional
You're a
scout?
scout. I trust you on some things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole, I just looked at his pitch mix for game
Right.
1. The most pitch he threw, changeup. So that's not Garrett Cole being competitive. That's Garrett Cole working on his changeup.
Sure.
He threw 15 changeups, 11 sinkers. That's his fourth and fifth pitch.
Right.
That's
Well, he might just be a sinker guy now.
but I'm or
the
that's game 1 of
playoffs,
spring training.
you know?
Probably not. But yeah,
World Series?
that's funny that because we were watching it from our seat and I was like, it's not changeups for Cole.
I've always liked his changeup.
15.
I think
Most he threw was changeups.
He lost it last year for a little bit.
Wild, huh?
I think in 23 it was like a really good out pitch for him, but he lost it.
Struck out Lo Perfido on the changeup in your
Cholo.
face. And
J-Lo. Vintage.
then he went curve, fastball, sinker, curve. Single, bummer. Wow, then he pitched Addison Barger backwards. Wow, he pitched him backwards like really well. Curveball, changeup, then finished him four seam.
How's your burger?
So Cole's just having fun out there. Who's this? Is this righties?
this?
I want to see who he's throwing changeups to.
Barger
that was a lefty.
switch.
Yeah, he's batting lefty.
Low Perfido in my head was righty.
Lefty.
He's lefty?
That's what Baseball Savant
Yeah,
says.
I guess so.
Or
Does he
Elvis
throw righty?
or Elvis Martinez is a righty, and he lit him up with changeups. No, sorry, that was Alan Roden.
That was Alan Roden.
This
That was
was
Alan
not
Roden.
a serious pitching by Cole. I think his fourth and fifth pitches are just that good when he's facing Arjun Namala and Alan Roden or Elvis Martinez.
An update for everyone at home.
Loperfido throws lefty,
Throws righty.
throws righty, hits lefty.
Had it. Had
We're
it.
all over it. All right, next question. This is from Jack 515151. Who gets more plate appearances in 2025, Oswald Peraza or Dom Smith?
Who gets more plate appearances this year?
Wow, there's so many circumstances to that you're
Right.
actually like making this guess based on injuries.
A little bit.
More so you're making this guess based on deserving or results of the player. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Peraza gets a lot of reps if there's an injury in the outfield. Otherwise, he's going to be
In the outfield?
infield, sorry, obviously, infield. And Dom Smith gets a lot of reps if, I guess, on his results, but also if Stanton stays hurt.
Yeah, I guess the Stanton thing is really tricky here.
But if Stan's hurt, then I think they just try to go get like a Duvall or a JD Martinez and platoon him with Smith at the DH or something like that. That's crazy. You can't platoon your DH. It's such a waste of bench.
A little bit. I will.
I'll say Peraza.
Yeah, I think Peraza's the optimistic guess. I mean, he's got a chance to play third base.
Give me a Peraza in like a waiter role from 2021, where Tyler Wade started 30 games but appeared in 103. It won't be that many, obviously, but he ended up getting 145 plate appearances because Peraza is speed off the bench and the glove at any position if you have like a different lineup.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so
if they don't want Oswaldo to hit righty.
Both of these guys need injury a little bit.
Yep.
And we know what we don't know about Stan. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's some Joe stuff.
I wish that I knew what I know now.
Hey.
When I was young.
Okay, here's the game. Stan goes down. We think Dom Smith has the inside lane at DH, like a league average hitter, kind of. Okay. If our second baseman gets hurt, who gets more playing time?
Peraza.
If our shortstop gets hurt, who gets more playing time?
Peraza.
And at third base, he's kind of
Yeah, he's there. So
If-
more lanes for him.
yeah.
And to fill in games.
So I think, and I don't know, he's really he plays good defense. He has good speed. Like, I can work with that. There's a chance he can, like, hit a little bit.
Yeah, I think Peraza, unless they trade him at the end of spring.
Right. For a righty bat. Who doesn't exist, though. So that might be good.
Currently does not exist.
Here's what I'm going to tell the people. I'm going to find, for next episode, I'm going to find a righty that actually has a chance.
Okay.
Like a platoon guy that a team could not care about.
A trade piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I bet there's something
Find
out
the guy who's out of options.
Something out there. I'll find it.
All right.
You
Jake
love
will
Buddy
find it.
Kennedy.
Find
This
it.
next question's really good. But first, an ad.
Who's scoring big this NBA season? You are, with all new ways to get in on the action with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you use code YANKS. From monster slams, dishing the rock, cleaning the glass, get behind your favorite players, and prop bets you can make at DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use code YANKS. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code YANKS only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Okay, this one comes in from Bader Enthusiast.
Nice.
So,
Harrison or?
I don't know.
Spelled like his.
Could be
but
his
who
name.
knows?
That's good.
He said, is there any chance Lombard or Jones get a shot later in the year if they hit well in the minors? And you have currently a bet for like all your life on the line about Lombard with Hosmer. No, on him. He's not on the 40-man. He's 19 years old.
Like he's going to start the year at high A.
Yeah, I don't even think he started. Yeah, he's not. No.
If that.
No.
He's a firm no.
That'd be wild. I mean, 1% chance.
I think Hosmer DM'd me last night. Did I dream this? Was I in sleepy mode?
What did he say? He
I
said,
know he
what?
quote tweeted
He
Talkin
say,
Yanks.
we got beef, boy?
Yeah, he messaged me last night. He said, love what we got going on here.
The bet?
Hell yeah.
The bet?
I guess so. That was the start of the conversation.
Just cross promo?
See you at dinner.
Yeah, you bet a big lead dinner. Now, Spencer Jones is also not on the 40-man, right?
Not on the 40-man, but he should start the year at AAA.
Yeah, and
And I think after the season would need to be added to the 40-man.
yeah, so there is a chance that Spencer Jones sees time. I don't think that's crazy at all. A lot of things would have to move correctly. He would have to be having really good results
Right.
at AAA, like what Ben Rice was doing last year.
Is he starting at AAA? Do we have that?
I don't think officially, but he got however many games at AA last year.
He got 124 games at AA last year, so I think they're hoping that he moves up to AAA this year.
Yeah, or, they do like 20 games at AA hit.
Yeah, he could
Yeah, they-
start
they
there
generally do
one
that.
first month AA and then move up.
That, if he's good and the Yankees get injuries, He's on the radar.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy. I think I'd put it at like 25%.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Ben Rice got run last year. I don't know if we would have predicted that at the start of the year, but he was hitting really well in AAA.
Right.
And then it made it happen. So, like, if, we have an injury in the outfield and Jones is crushing it, I think they're going to do
to literally see him at some point, there's a chance.
Lombard.
No.
Have we seen a guy go high A to Yankees?
I think Loizaga would be the last one because he was on the 40
He's like a hitter, though.
No. They don't really do that.
No?
Other teams have done that. Dominguez in 20 when they tanked was close. Or did he do it?
Like if Lombard got to like AA for half of the season, that would be Yankee fast tracking him. Like compared to what they usually do.
Yeah, what was Dominguez in 2023? How many? So he did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He did 9 games at AAA. Jason Dominguez. So that's the most, but they were out of contention.
Right. I guess, again, looking, how old's Lombard? 20? 19? Peraza in 2021 went high A, double A to triple A while putting up nice numbers. 297, 356, 834 OPS. And that was at age 21. And they didn't call him up.
Yeah, I mean, everything.
Lombard hasn't played well in the minors.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it comes together. I hope we're talking about the light bulb went on and he one-dotted at high A, so they sent him up to double A, and he hit an 850 OPS. Like, that would be a dream.
Yeah, Wells also in that year where they were losing, so they just called up the rookies. He had 33 games at AAA. So they will fast-track AAA, but they haven't skipped it, and you have to have, like, a good amount of time at AA, which Lombard doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only other guy I'll look at, I remember Cabrera having a quick rise because he was off the radar.
Volpe famously played very few AAA games. Rice, at the time he was first called up, had played like 15 or 20 AAA games. He got a few more by the end of the year because he went back down. Hamstrung by injuries on that one, but
Lombard's stats aren't. Love the kid. love the kid.
He's supposed to be a real prospect, but the stats last year are
He's
not.
athletic. He profiles well.
Yeah.
Hasn't played good professional baseball yet.
This spring has been his best sample of
I love
pro
it.
ball so far.
All right, next question from Unbreakable KDO. What Yankee do you think has the best chance to make his first All-Star team this year? My money's on Clark Schmidt. If he can stay healthy, I think the sky is the limit for him, just like his dad.
Flying.
Pilot. And that beautiful curveball. Clark had a 2.85 ERA last season. Other eligible players with a reasonable chance. BBD's list for us. Austin Wells.
Sure.
If Adley tanks it again. Salvi's out. There's a lot of good catchers in the AL.
Yeah. Big dumper.
But he's the guy that will get legit, like, starters workload.
Yeah,
So if he has
he's
a good
good.
first 2 months, real chance.
Volpe.
Volpe.
He would have to really hit.
Has Jazz made one?
Jazz made one but didn't get to play in it because he was hurt.
Loophole.
So that he could be a fun loophole response to this.
Weaver.
Oh.
Isn't that
like
just
that.
like manager's choice too? So Booney would make the choice to put Weaver on because Boone's going to manage the All-Star game?
I'm not sure how they do bullpen.
I feel like they
right
shuffle the rules on some of that as it goes. But usually like a non-closer reliever gets on. He's as good a chance as any of them.
He'd have to be the best setup man in the AL. Which, why not? Why not us? I think Wells, we went through the summer numbers a lot. If Austin Wells is catching and has an OPS in the 8s for 2 months, Yankees catcher, mustache, he's got a chance.
One of the 4 obvious AL candidates will have a slower start.
Someone gets hurt, someone has a bad start.
Yeah.
Like he's got to be the statistically best shot at this.
Interesting.
Carrasco's made an all-star team. Yeah.
9 starting starting position players in each league are selected by the fans via 2 phases. I know that.
Boom.
The pitchers. In phase 2, fans must select from 2 finalists at each position. What about pitchers?
What about pitchers?
Yankee fans could get Wells in there
Yeah.
if he's doing it. There is that element.
The ballots
to this.
gathered from players account for 17 players in each league, 8 pitchers, 5 starters and 3 relievers, as well as 1 backup for each position. So 4 relievers? I just know relievers aren't picked by the fans. That's what I.
It might be the
always-
players.
The players.
Sounds like the
yeah,
players.
I thought it used to be the manager.
Like a manager like polling, and they could just go like next up.
My choice is the Weave. He got attention last year, and
Yeah.
if it's players deciding,
Right.
they might players like giving it to guys. You know what I mean? Like, hey, but
You went through your lumps.
I remember you from last year. Plus, he's got friends around the league, so if it's a
Right.
players vote, I'll choose the Weave, and also because I like him.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Did you make it selection?
I'm going Wells, yeah.
Wells.
I'm going
Okay.
Wells.
Good question. Wells is a good one. No, managers no longer choose pitchers for the All-Star game. Changed in 2017, so that is kind of recent. All right. Next up, which series this season do you think will be overhyped, and which series do you think will be sneaky fun? For instance, I don't even think about regular season in that way. For instance, I'm really looking forward to that first April series against the Dodgers. That was different.
The Dodgers
Against
and the Mets this year are those are 2 series we did fake series recaps on.
Yes.
So
the Dodgers was interesting.
yeah.
For
That was a
instance, it was the
spectacle.
first time they came to the Yankee Stadium in a long time.
That's
This guy, StatFreak28, is choosing the April series against the Rays at George Steinbrenner Field to see how the park plays for serious big leaguers. That is of interest.
That's a head tilt.
Yeah, that is of interest.
that's his under the radar fun one.
No, I think the Mets. I've said this before on this program. After going to my first Subway Series game a couple years ago, it was the Lindor, the Lindor Stanton Wandy game. I was like, wow, this actually has extra juice, and that's pretty cool to see. And then yeah, man, the Soto thing. That's gonna be intense. I would say. Again, I don't think they play in April, but circle the first Red Sox series this year. That should matter.
June.
God. 2 months into the season, we're gonna be looking at Johnny Brito out there.
Yeah, June 6th, 7th, and 8th. I believe those were the dates of the Dodger series last year.
That should be
I
cool.
believe so.
It's a good stretch. On
Summer's kicking into gear.
on May 30th, they are in LA playing the Dodgers, and the next. Wow, that's a great 4-weekend
Here we
stretch.
go.
So that's how I'll look at it. You got the Dodgers one weekend, then Boston at home the next weekend, then Red Sox at Fenway the weekend after that, then Orioles the weekend after that. So it's 4 weekends in a row of good Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. What's interesting is the weekday teams in between is the playoff team. So Dodgers, Guardians, Red Sox, Royals, Red Sox. It's a fun little stretch. Could be tough.
Is that gonna be tough?
4 against the Angels at home. So that's a little breather. And then Orioles.
Sorry, Angels fans, but you guys know the deal at this point.
Yeah. Excited about the White Sox. Hope we can get some wins there. I don't know. We answered it.
Yeah, I like that stretch.
Miles Ward, 56. What friend groups do all the new additions fit into? Freed, D. Smith, D. Williams, Belly.
Ooh. So we saw Dom Smith walk into the building, and he's a swagger hound.
Yeah.
Didn't know that about Big Dom.
Oh, yeah. I knew it from when they were doing all those walk-in writing videos.
Yeah.
He wears the floods.
Yeah. He's drippy.
Him and Jazz walked in together, right?
Yeah. He was drippy.
And
Yeah.
while we were talking with Jazz, he linked up with Velasquez, another drip king.
Oh, and
went
him
off.
and Jazz were doing BP together.
Dom Smith dresses like a ball player in a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Gary Sheffield in 2004. That's kind of what's happening
Gary,
now.
bro. Gary was that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are the other new guys that we need to make friends with?
Belly's going to be friends with Judge. They're in the outfield.
Yeah.
MVPs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. California guys.
Dads now.
Arizona guys. Yeah, you and Belly's kids, same exact age.
That was wild, right?
That's cool. That's
Like-
cool to see.
Like same age.
Well, and you guys phrased it the exact same way. You said, "Oh, one's 1, one's basically 3."
No, one's 3, one's basically 2.
One's 3, one's basically 2, and that you guys both said the same sentence, and then you guys
I
kind of
was
looked at each other like,
same,
"Wait,
same month.
that's what I said."
Yeah. And then I was talking to a guy on one of the scouts in the dugout, and his second, or no, it was same like week, 5 days
Right.
apart from Claire. Damn, we all had kids.
Yeah. Goldie. Well, we daydreamed buddy cops for Goldie.
Yes, but Goldie's friends will be Osmus,
The old
Judge,
Yeah.
Cole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Devin Williams. I don't know.
Ooh, what's our bullpen vibe? That's always a fun game.
I like Weaver kind of.
Weave's really becoming
a tone down there.
his own thing.
Williams, Tim Hill, and Weaver had a little rapport in their Weave's world.
Yeah. You love that show.
I didn't watch the second episode yet. Freed is going to be with Cole.
We'll do that. That'll be side content.
Yeah.
Freed. Yeah, I mean, Cole, as a pitcher, you're going to be surrounded by Cole.
I mean, did you see Freed talking?
And then it's
Rocket?
probably Rodon as like the lefty guy. And this one, you need to get away from Cole for a minute.
I like that.
Yeah.
Freed teach Rodon a thing or two about pickoffs. That'd be nice.
Okay.
All right. This is from Matt Robb, 8712.
Matt Robb.
Do you expect any end of spring roster crunch trades? If so, who? Yes, I do expect that. I don't know who, but there is a resume or a history of these trades. They traded for Talkman at the last day of camp, took Wade's spot, I believe. That was brutal. Then traded Talkman 2 years later for Wandy. I believe that was a spring training trade, right?
That was like 2 weeks into the season. It was a mid-April trade.
Oh, it was just early.
Very
The
similar vibe, but technically
the other crazy one was Trevino. I mean, they traded for their starting catcher essentially days before the season.
They signed Franchi the day before spring, not a trade, but
Franchi, bro.
They did the John Birdie trade at the
last
end
year was Birdie.
year.
I'm banning Franchi.
What do you mean?
That was really hard.
We just can't bring him up anymore.
That was hard to watch,
I don't even remember.
dude.
What happened?
That Guardian series, though, will always have that.
I don't know. I'm gonna be mean, and I don't know if it's lingering from my Uber ride, but they looked like blind at bats for a little bit.
This is awesome news for me. I don't remember anything. I blocked this out. How many at-bats did he get?
Well, he homered in like the first 2 series or something.
He got a Pride of the Yankees.
Don't talk to me about that season. Calhoun batted cleanup for like a month straight.
I know.
Might have been
pal.
5 days.
Only 24 games, 71 at bats or plate appearances. 2 walks.
It was Carter-esque.
All right, on March 31st last year, they got Cousins from the White Sox.
Okay.
And on March 29th, they got Brubaker. Never amounted to anything.
Just rehabbing.
Yeah. 3-team trade. Last year, they traded for Ben Rortvedt for Birdie.
Okay.
February 28th, they got Jones. All these people played.
Jemai, wow.
That was a trade.
I'll find
No,
out
off
Jemai.
waivers. I mean, got off
wait,
waivers.
yeah, waiver. Yeah, I think that was what Cousins was, too.
So there is a history of this. I mean, if a team wants Peraza and is willing to give up stuff, I don't think they're going to do that because they need the depth.
Yeah.
But
Him specifically, they kind of
if they could get a return that they like he's out of options. So that's why you would do it. But I don't think they're going to do that at all. They might go looking for a catcher because some teams might have 3 catchers in camp right now. That's what I would want to look at. I'd want to go around spring and see. Let me actually take a look at this.
Kind of an extra catcher. Yo goes out of options, so what team would like take a flyer on him as last guy in their bullpen?
I like that.
Okay, I'm going to go 2025 spring training stats, catcher, and see which team, like if I sort it by team name, will it come up that there's like 3 of them, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like the Mets have 2 in the top, Alvarez and Torrens.
We love Luis Torrens.
Yeah. Milwaukee's got 3 catchers getting run in spring.
Okay.
No, 2. Haas and Alfaro.
Okay, and they have William Contreras. Alfaro, big hair guy.
Righty stick.
Playing opening day against each other.
Yeah.
So that gives them wiggle room there.
You've always dreamt of the...
Across the field.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yanks coming to town.
Colorado's got Nola and Goodman.
Stallings.
Let's see. Dodgers, Hunter Fiducia.
Easy.
Having a great spring, Jake.
Like that.
Heim and Tucker Barnhart in Texas. They need relievers. They didn't get any bullpen, did they?
They need relievers.
Okay, so bring Tucker Barnhart over. It's a defensive righty catcher that could back up. Is he righty?
I don't believe so.
He throws righty.
Yeah.
That's how I measure a player.
Looks like, bats lefty.
Okay, so.
They might just like a Skyra.
I guess so. I mean, they have Ben Rice and Ascara, so Yankees come up on this list.
Right. We saw Alex
Ben
Jackson homer.
Ben Rice, Ascara, Jackson. Like some team might be out there saying, like, well, Yankees will not use one of these guys. We'll trade for them.
I mean, Ascara and Rice have options. Alex Jackson, opening day roster.
And Alex Jackson's just straight up on a minor league deal, like doesn't have an not a veterans minor league deal. Like he's a minor leaguer now.
Am I daydreaming this? Did they they kept someone on the roster for 3 days last year and then like DFA'd him but kept him because everyone else's roster was full?
The year before
the year before with someone.
Florio.
He started game 2. Right? And then they DFA'd him.
I think he pinch ran at the end of opening day, and I think like literally day 2 they were like, Brewers here.
Stuff.
I think the Guardians are a pretty well-run franchise, and they were DHing Estevan Florial for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
What was that about?
I'm not sure.
36 games for the Guards last year.
We had another question probably at some point, but I'm super interested in finding a catcher.
I think this was the last one.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just searching now. Catcher, spring training, bats right-handed, and hits.
Just righty catchers getting the most hits this
spring, yeah. And if there's a name that comes up that you're like, yeah, he's on the block.
I liked the Brewers' names you threw out there already.
Who's Cardinals? Trace
Barea?
Yeah, is he a starter?
No, they've got the other guy.
Herrera.
Ivan Herrera.
Sorry, Cardinals fans.
Pedro
Get mad at me
Pages.
privately, please.
Okay.
So they've got catchers. Wilson's at first now.
Okay, so you like that?
Not really.
Jake! What the fuck?
I like the process. I don't love the players. That's what I'm saying.
Is he even on the Cardinals?
Yeah, don't see him
I ain't even
on.
got corn dogs.
He's not on their Fangraphs page anywhere.
Yeah, did a control F for trades.
Nationals, they got the wrong hat on him.
Oh,
Mm.
back to the Nats, huh?
They got the wrong hat on him in Baseball Savant. And they don't have him on their roster.
Yeah. Or if they do want him, then maybe they're
He's
open
not-
to Riley
I don't
Adams.
even know where he is. He's not anywhere on this fucking list.
I like.
All right.
I think Texas. You found it.
Carson Kelly,
I think he just signed.
Hunter Goodman.
I don't think they want to move him.
Okay, what about Harry Ford?
What about Harry Ford?
You want him?
Legit prospect.
All right.
They have Higgy.
They have Higgy.
Yeah, doesn't you mentioned two guys with Texas before getting to Higgy, who they signed?
Tucker and
Tucker.
Heim, but Tucker's lefty.
Get Jonah Heim.
He's good.
He was bad
He was
last year.
Bad last year. Give
Oh, he
him
had
the
a
give
down
up.
year.
I
Quit
know.
being so hard on him.
I'm dreaming though.
Freddie Fermin.
DH him. Freddie Fermin's good. They like him.
Yeah,
Did
he
they?
actually plays.
Austin Nola.
Might not be good. Might not like him.
Still,
Hey.
he's playing.
Is he playing? He's only got a 571 batting average this spring.
Who's he with?
Okay.
They have a Royals hat in the picture,
Mm.
but I'm not gonna
Royals.
judge off the picture anymore because it seems like no one knows shit.
Dangerous game. Royals do have Luke Maley,
All right.
righty hitter.
Big.
Austin Nola spring training.
These are Alex Jackson.
Rockies. He's with the Rockies. So the hats are totally wrong.
Right.
A lot of wrong hats.
Yeah. All right. You guys do that exercise for us and let us know what you come up with.
I'm gonna find
Comment
something.
your catcher.
No, you're finding
Yeah. I'm gonna find some righties for everyone.
even for
Catcher,
catcher.
third base, corner outfield.
And when are you going to tell us?
Next episode, you better
Next
tune
episode,
in.
you better tune in. In the meantime, subscribe. We also have a vlog coming out, behind the scenes insight to just us hanging out in Tampa with the guys. And then we do have a golf match coming out that I don't know when that's coming out because it's a longer edit, but it's good shit.
Watch
So many PPPs.
Subscribe. Bye. Go Yanks.
Go Yankees.